think we can start. I'm still allowing people in.
All right, sounds good. So hi everybody. We'll try and keep this quick. It's great to see a few familiar faces. Ashokji, nice to see you again. And lots of new people too, actually. Neil is familiar, but yeah, lots of new folks. So you already have a sense of how this works. But basically, what we'll be doing is we will be meeting up every Sunday for the next whole month. You've already seen the tracker. I'll just share the screen and I'll also pull the tracker up here for those who've not seen it. So the idea is that we don't moderate everything, but we allow, you to build your own tribe, so to speak. So this is the tracker that you have available. And we'll ask each of you to put a few things in here. So you can put your genre, you can put your target word count, and you can also put your location. So city of residence. And what that does is that it allows people, so this is a city of residence, this is target word count, this is the genre, and then also the idea of putting a work sample. The logic is a very simple one. What we are hoping that people will do is based on the city, if you want to find a writing buddy who's in your city, that's great. If you want to work with somebody else who's working on literary fiction or on children's fiction, then that's great. If you want to get a sense of other people's writing before you hook up with them and have them read your work or be your bouncing board, the work samples allow people to find each other and become bouncing boards for each other, become writing buddies for each other. So I will encourage each of you to give more detail, give work samples in there. A link is usually the best thing. Maybe you've written a blog, maybe you've published an article somewhere, maybe you've written a short story that's published somewhere. So whatever it is, you can put that information there. After that, you already know that there is a WhatsApp group. That group usually keeps growing all the way till the 4th or the 5th of the next month. So it doesn't stop very quickly. It doesn't stop right now. So we are also recording this session because then we'll be able to share this session with people. And so that's part one. Part two is that we'll be having a lot of guests. So every Sunday we meet with a guest. We have 3 who are already confirmed with us. We have Stuti Changle, we have Ajay Jain, who's recently opened up 5 bookstores in Delhi. So clearly, he's got something going, and it'll be very interesting to talk to him. And yes, Michelle has a question saying, has the WhatsApp group started already? Yes, Michelle, it has. You're probably on it. If not, you can message Namrata and she'll be able to add you. And our third guest is, I'm blanking out. Namrata, can you help?
Yeah, we have Kala Ramesh.
Kala, of course. So yes, Kala is a very, very senior and very well-respected poet, specializes in various forms of Japanese poetry, including haiku, haibun, and various others. So that's 3 that we already have confirmed. In addition to that, we are looking at getting hopefully 1 person from the publishing industry, like who works for a publisher, and 1 literary agent. So we'll also have those 2 people joining us. So that will make it. We have 5 Sundays in July, so we get a bonus. So that's the plan. And yeah, then the WhatsApp group itself is usually quite live, and there's a lot of action there. People are chatting. It's writing only. Any sort of non-writing messages, good morning messages, any of that stuff is very, very strictly banned. So we don't encourage any of that. We all wish each other good morning, telepathically. We don't use WhatsApp for that. And yeah, and yeah, we kind of try and keep track of our writing progress. We the reason for the tracker is not that it's a competition or that you're trying to see what other people have done. Everyone has goals that they've set for themselves, and I might have a goal of 50,000 and somebody else might have a goal of 60,000 or 10,000. So it's not as much a race as it is about sharing a little bit, talking about your writing journey, exchanging some ideas or thoughts. We've used writing prompts in the last couple of FDCs. It becomes a fair amount of work, but we'll probably do it this time around also. But from next time, we are thinking of making that finding somebody who's happy to volunteer. But it's quite a tough commitment, because then you have to make sure you post a writing prompt every single day. We usually start on day 7. We don't start on day 1. The reason we start on day 7 is because that's when the slump starts to hit. So there are some very clear patterns that we've seen over the last few FDCs, that for the first 1 week or so, everybody is very gung-ho, and then it starts to tank, right? Because after, obviously some fatigue sets in and it's tiring and it's hard work. So that's when we bring in the writing prompt, so that it gives a little fillip, gives a little lift to all of you, and you all get some ideas. And yeah, that's broadly how it works. The WhatsApp group is usually quite active. People do find a lot of encouragement and energy from that group. Yeah, that's what I've got at this point. There are a couple of messages in the chat. Second is the dates in the tracker need to be updated to July 1. How do you, let me see the tracker and answer that question. You only need to, yeah, so as we speak, Namrata just did that. So we've already got the dates updated. Yep. We can talk a little bit about some of our learnings from the earlier FDCs. I know a couple of you have been part of those. For some of you, it's new. But in the earlier FDCs, the 2-3 things that popped out was, and Ram is not here. Ram and Shalini are two kind of very consistent FDC participants, and they have always been writing. They have also been writing buddies. In fact, it will probably encourage you to see this, but let me just pull out this book. So this is one book that came out of the First Draft Club. Manish is not here with us, but this is called Journey of a Midnight Seed. It's a collection of poetry as well as essays. This was written in part during the First Draft Club. Shalini also has a book, which I'm not being able to see here right now, but it was here just yesterday. So Shalini's book is also been an outcome of the First Draft Club. She's been with us from the very first FDC. She's published her book. It's out now. Readomania put it out just before the last FDC. So it's been out for about 4 months. And it is, and she says this herself, that it's largely thanks to the FDC that she was able to finish the book. So you are in good company. There are both Shalini and Ram are members. They just send us messages saying they can't join today. So there's a lot of people who have found help, who have found momentum from the FDC, and I'm hoping that all of you will also benefit from it. I just noticed Vishakha is here as well. Nice to see you, Vishakha. So yeah, that's what we've got, and we are looking forward. We will start the count from the 1st of July. We will be talking to Stuti on the very first Sunday, which I think is the 3rd. Yes, Sunday is the 3rd of July. So that's the plan. Any questions, anything you'd like to ask or clarify, we can chat. Okay. I also have, we also have Shravya here in the group, who's a best-selling author. Sorry, I'm just going to add this a little bit. Her book is in the HWR Nielsen list. She has 2 books there. So Shravya, great to have you here. For those of you who may not know, the Nielsen list is the most comprehensive best-selling list from India, and that's published on our website. So you can check it out when you have some time. Maybe Namrata, you can share a link. Yeah, go ahead. I think somebody had a question.
I actually wanted to say something.
Please.
So the last book came out in December. I stopped writing in September. And since last September till like today, I've not written a word. So whosoever can help me come out of this slump, please write in suggestions to, help me out. And I also because I live in Melbourne, there might be a few cases wherein I will not be able to join a few sessions or might have to hang up early. I hope it's okay, Chetan, in that case.
Yeah, that's fine. In fact, as you can see, even attending the sessions is optional. We like to see a good house, a full house. And we often don't record these sessions. When we do record, we are able to, sorry, my dogs want to join the FDC. But when we do record, it's usually published on YouTube, but after about a month or so. So it's nice to have a full house and lots of interaction that's happening in this session. But yeah, that's how it is. It's okay for you to be able to come in or not. As far as the writing and support is concerned, definitely. I think you'll find, if you just stay tuned into the WhatsApp group, you'll find lots of stuff going on there, and it's usually good stuff. So yeah. Any other questions anyone has?
Yeah, sorry. Regarding the WhatsApp group, did you say that we would be added, or we have to message?
If you've
someone
not, so Namrata, do you want to take that?
Yeah, actually, in his form, he has opted out of WhatsApp. So in case you want to be, you can just send me a message, or I can just add you right away. It's the same number that you filled in the form.
Ah, okay.
So great, thanks, Namrata. I think Michelle had a similar question, so you can add her as well. Okay, cool. So that was
Yeah,
quick.
I'd send an invite to Michelle. Michelle is done.
All right, perfect. So Nolan, which city and which country are you in?
I'm in Mumbai.
Okay.
My name's Lee, actually. I just published under LA Nolan. So.
Okay. All right, cool. Great. So if there's no further questions, then we'll call it quits for now, and we'll meet at 5 o'clock next Sunday. We are asking for 1 or 2 people who are not based in India to join as guests. If that happens, then one of those sessions may not happen at 5 o'clock. They may happen at 7 or 7:30, because some of those folks are living in the US, so then the time difference makes it a little difficult. If that happens, then we'll let you know. The default time is 6 o'clock, is 5 o'clock every Sunday. All right. Great. So
Hello.
no further.
I
Yeah.
think I just join in here at this stage. I just wanted to know whether we could just have a very quick round of introductions, although of course we have that sheet. But if you could just go quickly, everybody say 2 words and what they're doing just now, why they're here. Actually, some people like me, I mean, I'm retired and I'm working on books on my own. I've been a very private kind of writer, not really sharing it and all that. So I would like to mix up with other writers and find out like what's my writing really like, because although I have published about 4 books, and I have some, kind of inputs from some of my friends who are writers, etc. I'm still not very confident. And
Okay.
also the other thing is that, age is another factor. So I'm well past 60. I'm a bit slow. So I just wanted to, perhaps this will give me a bit more of confidence, talking with people and interacting with the group. And I guess we'll be like buddies in future, at least for another month. So it'd be good to just say hi to everyone.
Yeah. So we can do that, because it's a smaller group so far, and it's also, we have time. As far as finding the buddies is concerned, hopefully the introductions will also help us discover each other. But the way that the writing buddy process works is that, I just wanted to share this and then we'll move to the introductions, is that we don't moderate it very strongly, because we've made everything available to all of you and the WhatsApp group is already there. You know how you can, message people individually and all of that. So we really leave that process to, to happen organically, instead of us trying to figure out, who will be whose buddy, because we don't want to play that role. And it's much better for you all to just find each other. But yeah, I think it's a good idea. We can do that, because we do have the time. We can keep it very brief. If I'll request everybody, but if you can tell a little bit about yourself and your writing journey. And what you want from the FDC, and maybe the genre and what you're interested in. Just so some basic facts will help potential writing buddies find you, and then we can go from there. And as far as age is concerned, Renu, I think we have a lot of senior writers who write excellent stuff, and they'll speak for themselves. So why don't we just go alphabetically? I think it will be easier. So who's the RS? So any of the A's, why don't you guys start? It'll just be simpler. Ashok, you're on mute. Please unmute and then, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Well, Renu,